10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tell me, brother, I didn't know that.
Oh, that's right. Anyways, good evening, everybody. We're now live. I got KC on the phone right now. Here he is, right here. Yeah, that link in there. What I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to play the commercial really quick while I talk to KC, so I'll be right back.
ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the only monthly gold prospecting magazine published in the United States and is the most comprehensive and respected magazine about gold prospecting on the market today. With readers in all 50 states, it features articles on detecting, high banking, dredging, small-scale operations, assaying, basic geology, how to read the land, regulations, and more. Our monthly Ask the Experts column is answered by true experts. It features answers to readers' questions on processing, detecting, geology, and any other questions you may have related to finding and recovering gold and other precious metals. The Mining Journal features the most extensive selection of equipment, mining properties, services, and more, and a classified section featuring over 20 times more new and used items than the nearest competitor. The Mining Journal has been in continuous publication since 1931. A full 12 issues is available for just $27.95, and discounts are available for 2- and 3-year subscriptions. And an online subscription gives you access to over 3,000 articles going back nearly 20 years. Our purpose is to teach you how to find more gold. ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the tool you need to succeed. It's time to raise your gold prospecting knowledge to the next level.
Hey, I don't know what happened to that there. Let's try this here again.
ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the only monthly gold prospecting magazine published in the United States and is the most comprehensive and respected magazine about gold prospecting on the market today. With readers in all 50 states, it features articles on detecting, high banking, dredging, small-scale operations, assaying, basic geology, how to read the land, regulations, and more. Our monthly Ask the Experts column is answered by true experts. It features answers to readers' questions on processing, detecting, geology, and any other questions you may have related to finding and recovering gold and other precious metals. The Mining Journal features the most extensive selection of equipment, mining properties, services, and more, and a classified section featuring over 20 times more new and used items than the nearest competitor. The Mining Journal has been in continuous publication since 1931. A full 12 issues is available for just $27.95, and discounts are available for 2- and 3-year subscriptions. And an online subscription gives you access to over 3,000 articles going back nearly 20 years. Our purpose is to teach you how to find more gold. ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the tool you need to succeed. It's time to raise your gold prospecting knowledge to the next level with ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal. Give us a call at 831-479-1500 or visit www.icmj.com. That's www.icmj.com.
All right, welcome everybody. A little little snafu right there, with the guest coming in there. That last minute situation, him trying to get in there, a little confusion. But anyway, it's all there. Let's see who's all hanging around in the chat room. Jimmy Allen, welcome. I've got a new channel supporter member, Morris Gutierrez. I hope I said that right. Paul, welcome. Jason AU, Colorado. Miners Rule, yeah, they do. Richard Duke, Terry P, Buck Rackley, Josh Cooper, Richard Billen. Oops, I lost my thing. PA Patriot Prospecting. Stephen Peasley, Craig Elliott, hello. Nathan Wood, Angus, Trucking Nomad. Welcome, welcome. All right, today is February the 1st, 2023. Today is National Dark Chocolate Day, just in case you wanted to know that. It's also National Spunky Old Broads Day. Now, that's a funky one, huh? Let's see. If it's your birthday today, you celebrate birthdays today with Lisa Marie Presley. She would have been 54. She died on January the 12th. On this day in history, 2003, the space shuttle broke apart while re-entering back into the Earth, killing all 7 crew members. Also on this day in 2024 was Janet Jackson. She had that wardrobe malfunction during the Super Bowl where we all got to see a little nip. If you missed it, it is on YouTube, so you could go check that out there. Let's see. Let's see what else is going on. We got that push going on in Meadu. That's going to be in March 25th and 26th. You'll see more about that there coming up there, though. But that's that. So we got our wonderful guest, Thomas Pennyweight. Welcome, GCMC Mining. Welcome. Let's see if we can get our guest in here. He's moving around a lot. Let's see. Here he is right there. Let's add him to the stream. There he is. KC Morgan.
Hey, how you doing, Jack?
we're getting. You guys didn't know
here with Jack.
you guys didn't know that he sides job in real estate, and so he's showing us a house right now.
Yeah, that's what everyone thinks, don't they?
Yeah.
I think I'm always. That's about what I do in the off season is play a home remodeler.
Yeah, well, you're walking around that mansion of yours, I see.
No, it's actually this home's about 23 years old. I mean, it's probably pretty young for a lot of homes, but it's all right neighborhood, not bad. We bought it pretty cheap back in the day, and then everything got real expensive. Really couldn't move.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you, Jack? You called me out.
Hey.
Check out your show.
Oh, you're the one, man. What's going on with you, buddy? Fill us in. What's happening?
I've been kind of like MIA for a while. I just after that last season of mining, I just took a big step back and started thinking about what I wanted to do, and just kind of changed gears. And one of the guys you saw on Lost Mines at the end, the new guy, Andrew Stafal, and I stayed pretty good friends. And then we just kind of started looking at doing something else downrange. And yeah, a lot of people, it was really cool. A lot of people did like write and say, what are you doing? But I really didn't at the time. I was just wanting to take a step back from all of it. I went through, there's, a couple things set it back. The worst was when my friend Jesse died 3 years ago, 3 years ago, while we were up in Mount Colorado. And then right at the same time, the next year, my wife and her brother almost died in the Grand Canyon. So I was like, I love gold, but people start dying around you. That part put a lot in perspective for me. And I've been away from home a lot, and I got a young kid, man. He's just turned 8, but you miss those years, and you miss them. That's it. So a lot of that kind of came into play, and then I really wanted to be around family more. And then I just saw what was starting to happen there was a lot of changes going on through the gold rush world, and I just met up with some new friends, and Andrew Stefalo introduced me to some really cool folks, and him and I just kind of started doing our own thing. And I don't know what Team Turn is doing or not doing. I don't know. I had to go my own direction. It was best for me. We finished out that last season in Valdez. We still had a respectable, I think, $800 and something thousand in gold in just a 3-month period or 2-month period. It wasn't that much mining. We went there at the end of summer and did pretty good. But after that, it was just time for me to make a change.
So you're saying something else. What is something else? Can you share that yet?
Well, it's limited, you know. I mean, how this world works with mines and the film. Hold on a second here. I'm gonna have to relocate because I moved my laptop out here, Jack, and then you told me I could use my iPhone, and I'm not as fancy as you with all your technical stuff.
Yeah. Well, generally, yeah. Miners don't have time to play on the computers and.
Dude, I could tell you some stories about trying to get connectivity in Alaska. I had to use a totally separate phone and run my Verizon phone off of that. And hold on a second here. Let me get this thing. Just bear with me a second, Jack.
Hey, no problem. That just shows that that's what happens when you're live.
All right, so there we go. I fixed it. So anyways, long story short, still there? Yeah. There you go. So long story short, I had to make some changes and met up with some other guys to mine with and do some stuff, and cool guys, but I don't want to give out too much information about them right away because we're still in the process of working with another network and some other things going on.
Cool. So we got something to look forward to then.
Yeah, for me, it's I had to go, and I really wanted to go on a different road, and I didn't know how that looked at the time. And then opportunities started coming up and people talking, and I know a lot of the good folks on the Gold Rush show, and that wasn't where I was wanting to go. I mean, that was just, I wanted to do something different. I want to stay in the lower 48, and that's me.
Yeah.
So everyone's, oh, it's impossible to mine the lower 48, but I'm like, no, it's not. You just got to work at it. There's always an opportunity.
Yeah, for mining, there's always something there.
There is. I mean, you look how big just Arizona is, right? So everyone's like, oh, it's all been this and that. Dude, their state has Phoenix. Yeah, it's a big damn city in the desert. But if you drive just 30 miles outside of town each direction, it's the Wild West still. It's little towns. I mean, yeah, Prescott took off pretty big and Tucson got big, but it's still, going diagonal direction, the state's huge. There's so much untapped ground. And if you go north in the lower 48, there's still untapped ground everywhere. I just find the right deal.
So you're going to hang out more in Arizona, or is your plans to maybe hit another state? Or let's put it this way, you are continuing in mining some sort, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I haven't left mining. I'm sure you probably saw that I've been up snowboarding lately. I've been doing that since I was 10, and I'm taking my son up and my wife, and we had to, get away and do that. We just go up to the Arizona Snow Bowl. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to get up in the mountains. We're still mountain folks. We don't get out and go prospecting that much as we used to.
Yeah, and I know the V gets out all the time and goes out there hiking around and stuff.
Oh yeah, she does. She's a little more different ever since that Grand Canyon thing happened. I think that people don't really understand how that really played out. So they got down there in that canyon, and then her brother started cramping up. I think they'd already hit the Colorado River and started coming back, but they were on a trail that was pretty difficult. And as they started coming back up, he cramped up. I don't think he was that far from the river. He cramped up, and of course, when they started hiking at the top of the canyon, the temperature is about 60 degrees. When they got to the bottom of the canyon, it was basically Phoenix temps, 108, 110, right? So that's what people don't think about when they get down there. But she didn't have a GPS tracker, no phone service. So she wound up doing a total in 2 days of about 27 miles of hiking.
Wow.
And she stayed overnight and found some miner's cabin or something. Seriously, like a miner's cabin. There you go. There's some irony for you. And there was a small spring that she could get just enough water to survive. The next morning, she barely crawled out, and a tour bus, kind of a remote side of the canyon, was coming down the one paved road and saw her. And she waved them down. They took her to like a triage tent and treated her. And then the one cool thing that happened that her brother was found 3 days later. So he was expected to be dead, and then he survived it. They found another hiker's body like the next day after that guy. I mean, it's just,
Wow.
you get into Grand Canyon. I grew up going to Havasupai when I was a kid, you know. We didn't have GPS trackers. We go down to the Grand Canyon. It was just, I grew up in Prescott when I was a kid, so that was a normal thing to go to the Grand Canyon. I never heard about so much that goes on in the canyon, all these deaths and people, you know. But that heat stroke thing, man, it'll get you.
Yeah.
You're dehydrated, and that's the end of you.
Just like the people that are going into, the superstitions. They go in there and don't know what expecting, and then they don't come back out.
Yeah, they don't. So, and that's superstitions. You know, that place kind of lives up to its name, doesn't it? I mean, there is something weird about that. I remember hiking around in there. I was kind of like a wannabe Dutchman hunter a long time ago. I didn't know what I was doing. But, I mean, I remember going up there, and it was there was something weird about it. I couldn't tell you what it was. It was just something weird. Like, you go back there and you start going through those trails a little bit, and you're like, okay, you get lost back here, you're going to have problems.
Oh, yeah. Especially, I mean, I've been in there a couple of times. And that was the first time I'd have been in. So I've been in Arizona since early 90s and never went in the superstitions until, a few years ago. But I think we spent 5 nights in there one time and 3 nights another time. But yeah, it's if by yourself, that would be one spooky ass place. So.
Yeah, they found all those bodies out there, people getting shot, and they don't know who did it, and all that stuff that's happened. The last thing that happened was a guy was a bellboy, came out from Illinois thinking he's going to find the Dutchman. He went up there, he died. So that's what I heard. The last stories.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Guys in Colorado went out there and they didn't. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people are. Yeah. So mine. So I want to know how much gold you got with you.
It's all up there in the hills, Jack.
No. How much? So from the last season of the show, how much gold did you get to keep?
I don't even go into it.
That much?
Yeah.
That much?
I mean, some are a lot or a little. I don't even discuss it. It all goes to a safety deposit box.
Well, I don't keep
and then,
my gold.
Or I sell it off. Huh?
Yeah, I don't keep gold. I sell, trade. Gold is just a commodity. I don't keep any gold.
Right.
So before you got
ahead.
rid of all your gold, before you got rid of all that gold, how much did you get?
Well, I mean, you can see the numbers on the TV screen. I mean, you're seeing everyone.
No.
I've heard like these comments that go on like the Gold Rush pages, and people were like comparing that group we were with, the team we had in Alaska. They were comparing us with, calling us Gold Rush 2.0 or Gold Rush Light 2.0, or they were calling us different names, Hoffman 2.0. They're just calling all these stupid names, and I'm like going, you guys realize in our first season we produced more gold in 3 weeks at Lynx Creek than half the teams, these new teams on Gold Rush, do in like 3 seasons. You know what I mean? It's like, so you got to look at the math here. Like, what are we doing? I mean, some of these other guys on other shows aren't producing much. And then our second season, we did, what was that, 400,000 in gold. Third season, we did 1.3 million. And then the next season, we did 800,000. So was it a failure? I don't think so.
No.
You know, but you got the hardcore armchair quarterbacks that sit there and they go after you about it. And I'm like, go ahead, you know. I get
well,
it. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, but if they go back and review every season, then you see how much gold is produced. It wasn't bad. You got to remember,
no.
sometimes we're only doing 3-4 months of work to produce that.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, people. Yeah, you're always going to have those people, no matter what. But so all the gold
I
that was.
encourage them.
Well,
Come
it's
at
good
me.
for drama. Yeah, it's good for drama.
Yeah.
So all the gold that you got. So let's just say if you got 800 whatever in gold. So all that gold, do you guys all get to divide it up? Does it all basically go to Dave? Does it go to the producers, or how does that all
Oh,
work?
no. They tell you right there that we're all partners in it. We all take a share. It isn't like
Oh,
one
okay.
person. No, there isn't just one person running off with it.
Oh, okay.
But
So
we
you
all
do
take
share.
it's a real partnership. That's not bullshit. For real, it's real.
Okay.
There's not like we get done filming and all of a sudden like the TV producer come over and go, "Hey, now give my cut." No, it don't work. It don't work like that.
So you get that, and then I'm sure the show gives you a check too. So that's pretty cool.
That part I can't even tell you about.
No, it's a secret.
It does or it doesn't happen. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Well, I remember when Gold Rush first came on. Oh, you left. Oh,
Am I still there? Go ahead.
yeah. When the first season of Gold Rush, when it first came on, and the Hoffmans, they crossed the creek and they almost lost the equipment. It was kind of real mining. The second season, now they're all in new pickup trucks and they got new trailers, and so yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, you got to remember. I don't know what their arrangement was back then. Nobody does, but that's back when cable was. If you made it big on cable, maybe there was a lot more money back then. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that's the arrangement they had. I never was on the Hoffman crew.
Yeah.
I joined two crews. I started off filming filming mining with Hertz, and then I left them and I went to work with Dave, and then now I'm on my own adventure.
Cool. So it's you and a new crew, and you're still going to be in the mining field.
It's still in the gold mining, yeah, but it's going to be a little different. And it's like I'd love to give you all the details, but I just can't right now.
Yeah. No,
so
I understand.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of things are up in the air about all that right now, and you know how gold mining works. It takes money to make money.
Yeah. Well, I guess Dave is hooked back up with the old crew again, I guess.
I guess they are. They went. Last I heard, they went up back to Alaska. 3 of them or something. I don't know. I was here. I was doing 2 things back then. I was mining, and then I was doing prospects, and then I've been up around all over the 480. This summer, I was all over doing prospects this summer.
So the show, what they're advertising right now, where Dave's hooked back up with the old team, but I'm assuming that's all pre-filmed. So did that happen like last year, and they're just now showing it now? I mean, it's not live, or is it? Or
no, it's not live. That's probably the misconception. Is so when they filmed that, they filmed it last summer, and then they have a place for that show to be, or that slot as footage to be on a certain time of the year. So you've got filmed all the way until like August or whatever, September or whatever. And then it has to go through an edit, and then they make it and they put it out to Discovery, and Discovery puts it in their time slot.
So the whole season's already filmed in. I mean, all the hours. I'm assuming they film all day, and then from all day they got to put together whatever footage they want for the show every day.
Yeah. So it's 12 hours a day. It's about 12 hours a day of work, filming, etc. 6 days a week is what we used to do. I don't know about Parker or Tony, those guys. I don't know how much of that they're doing like that. I heard Fred Lewis was like that. I think, the hell's this? Everyone's texting me right now that I'm on this show with you, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
So
so okay, so so you got your own. So I mean, there's a camera crew there. Is there a cameraman for each one of you? So there's somebody following you everywhere you go during that day.
So what they do is there's 2 to 3 teams of camera crews. There's a cameraman, a sound guy, and then there's usually what they call a producer's assistant with them taking notes on everything we're saying and doing. They gotta be able to tell you the story of the audience, right? Inside the cabs of every single machine is a camera, and it runs on like a 8-hour period, and it just films everything. Anything you do in there, it's picking it up. Everything.
So
you pick your nose, you piss your pants, it's there, bud.
You go take a piss.
Yeah.
you get a little
Well,
me time in the.
That's in the cab.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be careful. Like, if you're going to go step off the back of the machine and do that, then, yep. He was liking that, huh? So, but then, then they come around with the big cameras, like those big cameras you see like at NFL games.
Yeah.
There's 3 of those big giant cameras. And I think for like new people, when you're new, and even when I first saw them, they're kind of intimidating, but you get used to it, and they come around and they ask you questions, and the best bet is just to be honest with them, just tell them the truth. Because if you're lying,
what are they going to ask?
You just tell them the truth, what's happening, what's going on the site. It's easier to tell.
If they ask you, like, how much gold do you find in, you tell them? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, they know everything that we're doing on that level. They're not going to disclose it to the world. They edit it and they wait to tell you guys at the end. Now, so like the way we did it was, we knew we were getting close to hitting our target, but we never knew if we were going to hit our goal to the very day of. Because they would withhold it back a little bit, so the reaction would be like, "Oh shit, we made it! Yeah, we're good," or "Oh no, we didn't."
Oh yeah. So all the hooplas and Yahoo!
Oh yeah.
I haven't been seeing any questions. If anybody's got any questions for KC, go ahead and post them in there. I haven't been paying too much attention.
I don't know if I didn't promote it very good for you, Jack. So that's my fault.
Hey, no, that's okay. It's my fault because you thought it was something else. I think the last time you was.
Yeah. Didn't I do a call in the last time we did this?
Yeah. Well, that was like 6 years ago.
I called in when I did Whitewater or Gold Trails back then.
That was a long. No, it was a long time ago. That's when we didn't, we weren't live then. We were just pre-recorded type stuff. Yeah, we've graduated.
Oh, you got a fancy system. I didn't know how to log into it. I was thinking I had to get my computer out.
No, we've graduated. Oh, Vendetta Prospecting. All right. Heavy pans from Arizona to Jack. Hey, thank you, Vendetta Prospecting. Appreciate that. Anyway, so yeah, you're last time I saw you was at the Gold Show, and I guess they don't do them anymore.
Which one? The GPAA?
Yeah, in Phoenix. Yeah.
Oh, at the Phoenix one. Like last year at this time?
No, I think it was a couple years ago, wasn't it?
Might have been. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hey, hold on a second. My kid's over here throwing things. Come here, Wyatt.
It's a damn stuffed animal.
Okay.
Come here, get back here.
Yeah, he's growing and he's squawking and talking.
Where's the wife?
Hold on one second. I gotta. Okay. All right, go ahead, Jack.
Where's the wife at?
She's over getting some stuff done, but she'll be back later.
Oh. And you're walking around the mansion. What'd you do? Go to another room? Lock the door?
No, I'm trying. I'm trying to deal with an 8-year-old that wants attention while I'm trying to do this thing, and he's not getting it.
Maybe he wants to get on the show and say hi to everybody.
Why? You want to come say hi to everybody?
Hi, Andrew Tate.
No Andrew Tate on here.
Well,
Say hi, Wyatt. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, Andrew Tate.
Who's Angie Tate?
Yeah, Wyatt. It's not Andrew. This is a radio show. Oh. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi there. Are you a gold miner?
Are you a gold miner, Wyatt? Are you a gold miner?
I'm a snowboarder, but
yeah. So say everybody.
Does he go out with you and mine?
He's been on mine site since he was 1 year old. Scared. Yeah. He's been on mine site since he was 1 year old, and he's quite the wild man.
Well, yeah, I wonder who he takes after.
Me.
Yeah.
and his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a handful. He keeps us going, that's for sure. He's adding more gray hairs to me than anything.
So are you still getting out right now, or are you just kind of hanging and chilling around the home front lately?
I've been hanging around there right near our home. My wife's mother passed away, so when she passed away, we had to kind of do some things with a house that we'd set up for her, and so now we're working on that. And then I've just been staying around Arizona. Yeah. That's been about it. I mean, I've gone up and seen some friends this summer, did some stuff with mining, but we've got to kind of keep it all on the down low for right now. But I tell you what, as soon as I know, I will let you know first, and then I will.
Right.
No, I will.
I get to know first. Woohoo!
Well, if you want it, I can tell you.
Oh, hey, no, go, yeah, no.
I mean, it'll be a whole.
Everybody wants to know what you got going on, man.
Well, I mean, it's just, it's mining, but you got to keep everything on the DL. And I can tell you that, yeah, maybe it'll be in Arizona, and maybe it'll be in Wyoming, and maybe it'll be over in California. But there is a lot of shit up in the air. I won't lie about it. There's a lot of stuff up in the air, but can't give away too much information on it right now.
Okay, so someone wanted to know what was the biggest nugget that the crew found.
The biggest nugget? Well, me personally, I found one before I ever joined any of these crews the size of a marble in a sluice box. That was the biggest one I've ever seen in a sluice box. You got to remember, we're sluicing, so to see one in there but as far as the biggest nugget, I'm trying to think. I do know of one guy that found a pretty big one with a metal detector, but that's about it. I mean, I can tell you stories. I mean, I've seen legitimately people. Some guy found a 33-ounce nugget.
Wow.
And I actually saw it. I mean, it looked like the size of a yam.
Wow, 33-ouncer. That's what? How many pounds? That's 33 ounces. What? 12, 20? That's almost 3 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
How did you divide? Did you get a chunk of that, or did he get to keep it all?
No, that was a private person that just wanted to show it off.
Oh.
That's the biggest one I've ever heard of a person finding with a metal detector.
Someone said that. Oh, so Wyatt's a little miner's miner.
Yeah, he sure is. Yeah, he sure is.
A miner's miner. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was my friend up in Montana, Andrew Stefalo. He was him and I just stayed in touch, and we started working on things together. Now he's on the last season of Lost Mines with me. He's the new face that was on there. He was a new kid.
Somebody want to know what your favorite metal detector is. It ain't a mine lab. It's not a mine lab, so don't even ask him that. Mine lab sucks.
Actually, I had that.
what was that? That Garrett. I have that big army looking one, that Garrett thing. But then
yeah.
my wife has that gold monster or whatever it is, monster gold, or
Yeah.
she has that, and that thing works really well. I think that is Mine Lab. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
That's what she has, but we have a Garrett and we have Mine Lab, but I'm not a big metal detector guy. I mean, if I was going to sit there and do it, I'd sit at the end of like a trauma at the screen and have them rake it back and go over it all day long. But when you're mining commercially, you really can't. You don't have the time.
Oh.
I mean, you would have to get it, take the classified material, go stick it in a pile way far away from everything, and at the end of the season, drive over it with like a dozer and push it all out, or a wheel loader, and then try to go over it with metal detectors. And yeah, you may find some nuggets in there. That's the way I do it.
No, that's probably I've become more of a metal detector lately, just because I find more gold metal detecting than I do running a dry washer or anything else nowadays.
You're probably right, but where exactly are you going and finding all these nuggets at?
I've been going up to Meadview.
What the hell?
Lost Basin area.
Is that up there by Lake Mead?
Yes, south of Lake Mead. Yes.
Is that by right there south of Vegas? So you're across the bridge. I keep hearing about people talk about that area going into Lake Mead. I always heard about that, but I don't know anything about why that's such a hot area.
Well, you've heard of the King Tut mine. No. Then there's the Queen Tut. We have the Queen Tut mine, but that area, one ridge, I have probably pulled off close to 200 pieces of gold off of metal detector in the one ridge.
How much weight?
Oh, I don't know. The biggest one was probably maybe 2.5 grams. So you add it up, it's probably over an ounce of gold. And I know other people that pulled off several, 100 pieces. So the whole area is just excellent for gold.
Always heard of it. I've always wanted to go over there to Chloride, Arizona, and that check out that little ghost town thing or whatever the hell that is up there. I've always driven by to Vegas going, I wonder how that would be. And there's a bigger gold mine next to that, and it looks like they're working the shit out of it right behind Kingman, north of Kingman. Right there on the... Looks pretty big to me.
Yeah, you go through Kingman to go up to Meadview.
Right.
But yeah, one day you come out, we'll go up to Meadview and hang out.
Yeah, that's quite a drive.
Well, for you, it's only like 3.5 hours for me.
Wait, where are you living again?
I'm actually out here. I'm out by Quartzsite.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. Oh the guy Andrew I work with is going to try to come on here. I just saw a text. Hold on a second.
Okay. So somebody asked, let's see, KC, did you have a claim? You had a claim on Lynx Creek.
Yeah, I just worked Lynx Creek. I never actually I just made deals with landowners. I never actually ever went and filed a claim.
Well, that's the best way to do it. What got you into mining?
Ooh, that's a good question. So 2006, I was a superintendent here in the Valley, right? And I was out there working a job site, big land development job site. We had scrapers and dozers going, and we were setting a swale of rock. And a geologist came out and said, hey, there's gold in all that rock. And then my brother said, hey, gold's going to 1,000 an ounce. So I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. I had no idea how to get the gold out. So I'm out there. I had like a 4-bedroom house in Gilbert that I'd leased. And I start breaking rocks open on a driveway. And I didn't know what I was doing. Then I tried panning the crushed up material. I still didn't know what I was doing. And I just kind of went from there.
Yeah, everybody has to start. I don't know where Klondike. Somebody says, have you ever checked out the Klondike, Arizona? I don't know where Klondike,
I
Arizona is
never
at.
even heard of that spot.
Klondike's, I think, is up in the Canada.
Klondike is in Canada.
Maybe there's a secret spot down here in Arizona known as the Klondike.
I'm scared.
Oh, Wyatt, you're too much. This kid. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's near Safford. Oh, so that's down past Tucson area then, down there southern.
Yeah.
I don't mess around down there by the border. I don't want to get down there.
So I was down there when I was in the military on like a year-long mission down there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and there were people mining gold in spots, but it was sketchy because we had a lot of people coming across at times.
Oh, I bet. Let's see. Somebody asked if you ever made it to Fairplay, Colorado.
I was in Leadville, Colorado, but I didn't go over. I didn't go over to Fairplay.
What was you doing in Leadville?
Well, we filmed that third season there.
Oh, Leadville.
Remember? That's where we were at. We were at Leadville, like right outside of Leadville.
Oh, outside of Leadville.
Highest. That town is 10,100 feet elevation.
Yeah.
Highest incorporated city, I think, United States.
It's I know I used to stay at the campground right there in Leadville. It's right across the street from the bar, so I could just walk over to the bar right by that museum. But yeah, you go up in the mountains. If you move too fast, I'd get a headache. You get dizzy. You got to acclimate to that.
I think that's what affected Jesse. He had a heart condition, and it was so. Yeah, my wife's texting. I go back and see it. Wyatt keeps trying to interrupt the whole thing. He's trying to get his 2 cents in. Yeah.
He got his sense in.
Oh, he does. He just wants to play his little games. That's what he does. But yeah, I don't know. When I got started in gold mining, it was a real trip going, because I remember growing up in Prescott. But they never really talked about the gold mining that set up Prescott. So after a while, when my wife and I moved back up there, I just went full bore with it and started making deals with landowners on Lynx Creek. One time I was trying to offer that land for Fred Hurt, and he said they were going to go up there and start dredging at McKinley Creek. And then he asked me to come up there the second season, but I was still doing Lynx Creek. So when I came back down, Dave Turn called me, and then that's how we wound up doing that.
I remember that one there on that part of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. When that thing came on there and it was Prescott Valley, I think a lot of people were shocked because they didn't realize it was right there in downtown. You just couldn't see it. It's a big canyon to the north of the town, or the south of the town. It's literally right there.
Ken says, whatever happened with the Idaho claim?
I don't think it had enough gold. That's what I remember. I mean, that, and I think there was I don't remember having enough gold. I mean, if you want to go up there and hobby mine it, yeah, that's one thing. But to make a living at it, there were some amazing things around there in Idaho. There was abandoned dredge, and it had been shut off. Like literally, the last bucket had like a weld marks, and it was 2 days after Pearl Harbor was bombed, December 7th, 1941, and it had December 9th on it.
Wow.
That was pretty cool.
So in the States, what do you think is the best state for gold?
I think it's a toss-up between California and Arizona, but then there's Utah has it, Montana has it, Wyoming. But I mean, just pick your preference. I mean, you know, I think Arizona was one of the missed gold rushes. I think Wyoming was missed. I think a lot of these states didn't get hit as hard because once the boom happened with Alaska in 1899, everyone hauled ass up there. You know, there was talk of all the beaches on Nome just being flooded with gold, and all you had to do was just the stories that I was reading about. Now people said they could just put oil on their body and roll down a hill and they'd be covered in enough gold to make to never have to work again. Remember those stories?
No, I never heard that.
Oh yeah, that's the craziest one I've ever heard.
That's a good one.
Well, they're all out there. I mean, there probably was some people that had some one-off events where they got really, really rich from it, but
Yeah, well, I think probably all the good gold has been gone.
If
The
everything,
easy
they
stuff.
always say that it's always all picked over. I never believe it. They told me that about
No.
Lynx Creek, and guess what? There was days like $50,000 coming out of the ground,
Yeah.
and that's why I don't believe it, because I said so. Every part of this has been checked, and this has been prospected, and yep, it's all gone. And I go over there, and then here we are getting another 100,000 in gold. That's just the bullshit of it. That's what everybody says, but then I like to go in there and really do my homework. I've done that all over Arizona. If I see what I do is I typically look at where they found gold before, and then I look above and beyond where they were. And then you start figuring out who owns the land, what kind of deals can be made,
So, well, that's probably, yeah. I mean, there's probably a lot of gold out, off of the main, but in the recreational area up there, that's pretty well been hammered throughout the years.
Oh, are you talking about Rose Creek and Lynx Creek?
No, just Lynx Creek, where you can drop down, where open to panning.
Yeah. Well, yes, it's been had the shit hammered out of it. You are correct, sir.
That's what I was talking about.
But you can still go up there after a big flood and still pull plenty of gold by hand and just So here's a good example. I took out an entire tributary in Lynx Creek in the lower section, right, with a dozer. I mean, I pushed it down to when there was no more river cobble. It was straight on this caliche material. And then 5 years later, come back and test it, and it was full of gold again. Now that's because we have the flash floods. The flash floods will turn it right back into another natural sluice box.
Well, it erodes it out of the banks and mountains and deposits it into the creek. Chuck wants to know, on an average, what percentage of the gold found goes into operating cost?
Quite a bit. I mean, you got to remember, there's a lot of moving parts here. There's a lot of money being spent on fuel and food and living, and I don't know. I've never figured it. I mean, I never figured it. I mean, you're just hoping you're going to do great, and you got to remember every week you got to go in and buy your groceries, your own fuel. So there's a cost related to this.
Well, there were some people mining out here in the Quartzsite area that had owned the restaurant here in Siloam, and he used to show us nuggets every morning that they were pulling out of the mine, and they were just running some wet operation. And we said, God dang, that's a lot of freaking gold. What do you guys? He says, oh, we probably get, I forgot what it was. We probably get 100,000 a week in gold or something like that. And, well, wow, that's really good. Yeah, but it's costing us $200,000 to get that 100,000.
And that's 9 times out of 10. That's it. You're right.
And then they shut down. Yeah. People don't realize, especially in the desert, when you got to haul all that water in, that dry dirt sucks that water so fast. And that's a lot of water you got to haul in, and then muck and everything else you got to deal with. And it's
well, and that's why you have to. That's why gold really needs to be at about 9,000 an ounce, not 2,000. Seriously, it should be by now.
You would think, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's like it should be at least 9,000. Everyone's, why is it be so high? I'm all, go look at the expense to get it out of the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not cheap doing this crap. People who say it's cheap, I'm all, please go show me. I want to see. I'm ready.
Gold right now is $19.52 an ounce.
Yep, we're pushing $2,000 an ounce.
Yeah. And silver's up $24.24.
I've got a bunch of silver.
Yeah. Did you guys mine silver too?
No, I just have like some silver necklaces, like 24 bucks worth.
Yeah. Any that you're selling?
I bought this thing so long ago in a jewelry shop in
Oh.
Prescott. It probably is worth like $100 now, I guess. I bought it in like 1997.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. Jason wants to know any good advice for people that want to go out and find gold, new people.
New people, join a club. Join a club and learn how to pan first. Don't worry about the machines. Learn how to pan and see how it sits in the pan. But if you really want to see a bunch of it, then go buy. I always say a gold cube is the easiest because it leaves you a coffee cup of concentrates at the end. That's about what you get, a black sand and gold. But I would just keep it really simple and don't spend a lot of money and join a gold club. And then it's like their dues are like $100 a year for like GPAA. If he's in Arizona, there's the road runners. They're like $300 a year, I think. And you have access to all their claims. You don't have to worry about nothing going out to them, and you can camp on them. A lot more fun that way because I used to willy-nilly it back in the day, and you don't want to willy-nilly it.
Willy-nilly.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. Just any old creek will do, right?
That's where I saw you last at. It wasn't the gold show. It was at Wickenburg Gold Rush Days last year.
Oh, I was on top of that float.
Yeah, with Turn. Yeah, you came over
Yeah.
the panning tub. That's where I saw you last at. Yeah, so that was just last
Man,
year.
them damn people, the people wanted me to extract all their gold for them. Nobody wanted to work for it. I'm going, man, how long is it going to take me to extract all this gold out of these pans? I was like, shit. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on your show here, Jack.
Hey, you can cuss anything you want. Here,
All right, damn it, let's get on it, dear Jack.
This is internet radio. We ain't FCC regulated.
Good.
So
Yeah. So
it's
what? Go ahead.
I
Yeah,
didn't say when I first.
I'll take the questions you got from the folks. I'll tell them whatever they want to know. I don't care.
Okay. When I first moved to Arizona, that was back in the early 90s. The first job I took was at a country radio station. And so that, you can't swear and all that type of stuff or you're fired.
Right.
But here we can say whatever the hell we want to. So
good.
Yeah, so if anybody's got any questions there for old KC, he's got a lot of secrets, you got to pry him out of him sometimes, but he does have a lot of secrets. So if you guys want to know some of them secrets, now's the time to, you have a captive audience right here in him. So ask your questions.
Well, let's remember when Casey wasn't secretive about places like Rose Creek, and my wife and I used to brag about it, and then it turned into a smorgasbord. And then all of a sudden, the damn thing turned into people camping down there. Then people acted like they claimed it, and then it turned into people pulling guns on each other. I went, okay. So we don't brag about mining spots anymore. It got a little too crazy for us.
I think the claim owner pulled Rose Creek out, huh? You can't go down there no more, I think.
There's one guy who went and made a deal with the Fanes because the Fanes own Rose Creek. A majority of it anyways, not all of it. But that's their land, and they had to get everyone out of there. There is a claim on top of the mountain. There's a big outcropping of quartz and gold on the top of that mountain. But Rose Creek, man, we would see some of the prettiest gold come out of there. I mean, it was literally 98% pure.
And that's one place I've never been was on Rose Creek.
It's right there next to Lynx Creek. They merged together. There are two that come together. One's coming out of Yavapai Hills. The other one's coming out of Walker.
Also, I thought Rose Creek was over there. Rose Creek is up by Lynx Creek?
Yeah.
And
you want to know how close they are to each other? You want to know how close they are? 40 yards.
Wow. I thought Rose Creek was over by Roosevelt or something, like over in that area.
No, they were right there, and everyone was yelling about it. And then all of a sudden, tour buses started pulling up on Saturdays, and they had people arm to arm with pans in the creek. The word spread so fast about it. I'm not kidding. We pulled up. There was 2 tour buses and like 500 people in there going
balls deep with pans and shovels.
Wow.
Like legit tour buses. Like I was like, who organizes this kind of shit?
I don't know who. Renee says, "Hey KC, me Renee from Really River, Arizona. How's the wife and little Wyatt? Hope all is well." Somebody got specimens.
What?
Somebody says he got specimens from it.
From Rose Creek?
Yeah.
So just stay tuned on this whole thing of what's coming up here, Jack, because I don't know. I'll give you more details as we go along, you know.
Yeah, no, he always keep us informed. Somebody said, "Did you make more money from the show or from the gold?"
Everybody wants to know that. So I made $46 billion a day. Okay.
I believe that because when I posted your picture, on the thing, I just went to Google and Googled KC Gold Rush and it comes up KC Morgan's net worth, and I said, "What?"
They have that shit on. Yeah. So everybody likes to write. Well, there's people that write stories about you, and then they make up whatever number they want.
Yeah.
I can tell you that I can tell you I still get up every day and go and do work of some kind, physical labor on houses around. There's no chauffeur at our house, and there is no limo, my driver out back waiting. I've got a caviar over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know
my
you got to be going.
helicopter's waiting, Jack. I'll be over there to see you this evening.
I know. Yeah, I know you've got steak and caviar on the table. You got to go get to here soon.
Yeah, $1 billion. Yeah, right.
I never did understand what that means.
Oh, that's that Spy Who Shagged Me movie.
Yeah, I know.
But it was because he was referencing the other guy was referencing like how crazy the 1960s James Bond villains were, and that's how they'd all act. I mean,
I've seen people do that. Oh, and like, what the hell is that? All
I know. It looks like they're putting up a phone there, but it's just the pinky next to their mouth because what's his name? The actor did that. It was like. But he's making fun of those 1960s Bond flicks, and that's why everyone, $1 million is such a big number.
Yeah. Somebody asked if you think Dave Turn is done mining.
I don't know. That's a good question. Ask Dave. I mean, go write him. I don't know. Andrew Stefalo probably knows. I don't know.
How long did it take you to find your first gold?
Ooh. Oh, man. You know where I found it? I was so, God, man. Quite a while. Like, didn't know what we were doing. You know what's funny? I think back to that. Actually digging it ourselves and actually seeing it in a pan. I was with my wife. I think she went to work. And we had been in Superior, Arizona in a creek near Queen Creek. And I literally shoveled and shoveled and shoveled in this creek. I didn't know if it had gold. I didn't know. And I sat there trying to pan, and finally 2 little pieces of gold showed up. And that hooked me right there. I mean, it was not much to look at, but I was so hooked, enamored by it. Gold fever got a hold of me.
Yeah, I know about that gold.
Well, it gets a hold of you, man. It does something. It's something in our DNA.
Yeah, I know. Almost lost me, families and everything else over it.
Yeah, it will. It's been hard on my family at times. There's no lying about that. But now I'm actually the group of guys I'm working with, super cool dudes. And I look forward to hanging out with them. And what we're going to go do is it's just a good time. And, it's totally different. It's more I'm glad that I went through the experiences I went through with the Gold Rush and all that, the series, but now it's just time for me to move on and do something I want to do.
Yeah. So Ken want to know if he can send pictures and get his
don't
thoughts
know.
on it. Must be send pictures to Dave. Sure, send them up.
But honestly,
So-
I have no idea what those guys are doing from that Dave's crew.
So Jason says, knowing what you know now, would you do TV again?
Yes, but on different terms with friends that I'm working with now. But I'm not leaving the lower 48 by all means.
So you'll still be down the lower 48.
I'm not going up to Canada or Alaska. The only way I would go up there, and I mean, it would be come hell or high water, but my wife and kid would have to be with me the whole time because that is just too damn far to be away from home. You know,
Well, so you talk.
I don't care
you're talking.
Huh?
No, so yeah, so you're talking what you want to do is in the lower 48. Is it West Coast or East Coast?
You know what? That's a good question. We're going to say West Coast.
West. Okay. Is it north or south?
Of where?
Of Arizona. Is it north?
Nice try, Jack.
We're going to narrow you down here.
Pull a fast one. No, you know what, Jack? I already told you I prospected almost all the states around here this last summer.
You did.
And you just gotta kind of stay tuned. I mean, I have put up stuff on Facebook. If you really want to get down to the dirty of it, there is stuff on Facebook about it. But it doesn't go into a lot of detail. But I can tell you, it's going to be good stuff. My personality is I'm that one miner that likes to have. I'm not some serious drama person. I just want to go out and have a good time, do what we're doing, and there's no reason to be walking around all pissed off. It's just about having a good time with your friends and getting some gold, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing below Arizona.
All right. So, okay, Jack, here's the deal. You and I are going to Lynx Creek, and I'm bringing my friends, and then it's Lynx Creek, Jack.
Hey, all right.
There you go. Now, if I was going to mine Arizona, I'd be doing something. I'd want to go and go up to the Mogollon Rim and then drill down 10,000 feet into the earth and see what's been missed. You know what I mean? Something that they said somewhere they said there's no gold. I like to prove that there is gold.
Did you ever get up to Maine?
Ooh, writing from Maine. I've never been that well. I've been to Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, but I have never been to Maine. I should have went to DC, but I didn't get to go see it. I've never been up there, but I've heard they have great gold, and I heard there's still a lot of gold. So the first original gold rush was the East Coast, so there's that.
And I think that was in North Carolina. It was one of the Carolinas, North or South Carolina. I think it was North.
Yeah, it was. It started because a guy had a big rock as a doorstop, and it turned out it was solid gold or near gold. I don't know. That's the story, they say. Sometime in the late 1700s or some shit.
1799 at Reed's Farm.
There you go. See? I said some shit. That's a 1799 date there.
See, I will send Casey a picture of a spot on Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
What you know about Bering Sea Group?
I can tell you, I've met a few of them. Pretty much the only one I've ever really talked. I've talked to Vern Atkinson's pretty cool. Talked to him. I've talked to a lot of those guys at times. I was invited to go up there and work on one of those dredges a long time ago, but it just wasn't feeling right for me. So I wound up dredging with Fred Hurt in a wild river instead.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. All of it is just an experience. You know, you go out there, you do the best you can, you try to bring some gold home to your family, and you try to make something out of it, you know?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's going to be very hard for anyone to really beat Parker or Tony. Those guys are so far ahead with their gold totals. It's unbelievable. You know, the one advantage that we always get is that we had a cooperation with Volvo as a sponsor for heavy equipment. So that's the advantage we get. They get to get exposure on TV. We get to trade out of the equipment. That's the one advantage we do get being on TV. Really, it really is the best advantage. But there's still a fuel cost, and there's food, and there's living there permanently.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not. And here's the thing: Alaska is like triple the price of the lower 48. That's the other reason I don't want to go up there. But if I had to go, we had to go. But I don't think so.
Yeah.
Huh?
Did you have to buy your own food and everything, or was that all provided for you?
No, we literally had to buy our own food most of the time, except for some lunches at times. But literally had to buy our own food.
Oh. I don't know what Emily. I was I went up to Nome a few years ago, and you know the crew always came up there to play horseshoes like Friday nights. So one Friday night you had them all up there. All the Vern was there, and Pomerankes were there, and Emily was there, and anyway, all of them were up there. And so I went around. I was getting my picture taken with them all, and then somebody says, "Why don't you go get your picture taken with Emily?" I said, "I don't want to take my picture with that skank, you know."
What? Attaboy, Jack. Lay down the law, I guess. I don't know her.
Well,
so you were up there in Nome, huh?
Oh, I've been up there a couple times. She was in a gold show one time, you know, and she had all these pictures of herself sitting on the table, postcards. So I went over there and I says, "Oh, you giving postcards away?" She says, "Yeah, for $5 and I'll sign it for you." I said, "Why would I want to buy a postcard with you on it?" I just held my phone up and took a picture, and I can have it for free. And then I just took a picture and walked away. So, but yeah.
You know what? That's the way to show dominance, Jack. You tell them. Jack, don't you dare play no favorites. That's right.
No. It was like, you know, with Fred was at the gold show one time. Old Fred Hurt, you know, he was down there, and that line was probably, oh my God, there must have been 100 people in line to get his autograph and talk to him.
I know which one that was. That was the Mesa Gold Show 10 years ago.
Yeah. So I walked up.
I was there working that show.
Yeah, you were. And so I walked up to him and I put my hand on his shoulder and I said, "Man, you must be really popular here. These guys really want to get your picture and autograph, huh?" And I said, "You know what? I really think you're a jerk." Click.
To Tony Beats or Fred Hurt? Yeah, Fred Hurt.
Fred, yeah.
Tony. Yeah, that's right. Tony showed up to that show. Fred. Shit, there was actually a majority of the Gold Rush people there.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember that now.
Yeah, Fred. I talked to Fred. Oh, geez, this was quite a few. This was before COVID hit. He wanted to come out in Arizona. We were going to go do some dry washing. And then COVID hit, and I was asking him, I said, "Do you remember at the Gold Show when I came up?" And he said, "No, I don't remember that. I talked to a lot of people." But, yeah, anyways.
Well, I don't know. I haven't talked to those people in 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
No, Gold
so
is a funny... Huh?
I was gonna say, if you could go to any state and mine for gold, where would you go?
Trick question, isn't it? This guy keeps going, doesn't he? All right, Jeff, ready? Lynx Creek. The Hacienda River, damn it.
Oh, yeah, the Hacienda. Yeah, there we go.
I bet you never heard this one. You know what I did a long time ago? I went and took a dredge into the Hacienda.
Yeah, I did
like
that
10 years. But dude, I got in there and okay, guess how deep the water was flowing?
How deep?
6 inches.
Yeah, I believe that.
So, well, no, hold on. You know it's perked down 100 feet, right? So, I mean, it's flowing on top, but it's just skimming that sand, right? I
Yeah.
actually took a 3-inch dredge into the black sand, and that thing produced 500 colors in a second.
Really?
Yep.
Where was you at in the hacienda?
It don't matter. That thing is loaded with so much flour gold, but the problem is, and I'm not kidding when I say that, but the problem, we didn't have a claim or anything, and I just was like, I don't know how. I guess if you went down there and if you took a mechanical dredge in there like Tony Beats' old one, that big one, the bucket line, you'd have to get started like in September and get out of there by frickin' June, because if you have a flood, you're dead.
Oh yeah. Well, remember
There's
the
no
old
way you won't survive it.
no, the old club, Les, with the what was that, or in Congress, and Les, remember he died, they had the club up there, I forget the name of that club he had.
Is that
But
Les who owned the Magic Wheel Company?
no, Les, that he was there in Congress, and they had that club, the Weaver Mining District.
I do know that one.
And they had a claim on the hacienda right there where the big flat ground is and the road you could go down to it. And I asked him one time, would I get any gold if I put it in the creek there? And he said, sure, you'll get some gold. So me and this other guy, I think I had a 4-inch dredge, and we dredged a hole probably 6 feet wide and 6 feet deep. We didn't get any gold. And we told him, I said, we thought you said we was going to get gold. He said, well, how deep did you go? And we said, I don't know, maybe 4-6 feet. He says, oh no. He said, you got to hit bedrock. He said, well, how deep's bedrock? He said, probably about 100 feet. We ain't going to dredge down a freaking 100 feet. He said, you didn't ask me that. You just asked me if we'd get some gold in there. So,
Really? Well, I can tell you right now, you just go in there, Jack, and drive up the river and look for the black sand. I don't know why this is, but the gold, I've never seen it do it where you can actually get it in the black sand when it's kind of on the surface like that. I just thought, oh, let's just see what happens. And I took a 3-inch dredge, a king dredge, and fired it up, and sure as shit, we cleaned up the sluice box. There was a lot of gold for a test. I was like, how is it on the surface and not deep down? I don't know if there's just so much flow that it churns it up and brings it all up and it just scatters it. I don't know. But that's a lot of gold to be on the surface in the Hacienda River. And I also went and checked the side banks of Side Pay going through that river. Gold, there's gold in all of it. If you took a mechanical dredge and actually figured out how to get a good recovery on it, yeah, you'd be done working, I think.
Yeah. Well, I know we found gold in the side banks. There's gold there, yeah.
Oh, dude, the gold there is huge. I mean, look at Rich Hills right there, all that shit, you know. There's plenty of gold around there. It's just, it's a little bit remote. It's just like the 160 miners that were killed up on Hacienda that built the dam, and the dam burst and killed all those people back in the day. You knew about that one, right? That's a story you don't hear about that often. There's the worst dam disaster in Arizona history.
Yeah. Yeah, all the miners or all the farmers and all that got wiped out that came down through there.
Oh, dude, you got a bunch of miners who are impatient building something. What do you think's going to happen? They've all got gold fever and they can give a shit about the dam as long as it looks like it's holding. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, well, I think part of that story was up there at Walnut Grove where the dam was, and it was something was going to break or something. So they sent the guy down to town to warn everybody, and he stopped off and got drunk and never made it down to warn everybody. And then the dam burst.
That sounds about right.
It killed and supposedly there was a safe on Whiskey Row, I think, that got washed down, and some place that's still in the Hacienda somewhere.
Now, that's the kind of shit I like to hear about. A safe from Whiskey Row would have been loaded.
Yeah.
The damn sheriff of Prescott was guilty of robbing the stages that were coming through Wells Fargo State. He was guilty of robbing so the stages were headed to the east, and so they were coming through Prescott. If they survived all the Apache raids, they would get to Prescott. Like to get from California to Prescott, you were taking your own life because the amount of Indian and cowboy, all that shit, dude. I read a story about it. People who tried to make it here on a stagecoach from, I want to say they were trying to come from the American River to get to Prescott, and it was literally like a month and a half of travel. And
It was rough back there.
There was no roads, dude. And what are you gonna do? You're crossing the Colorado River in the lowest spot, waiting on the other side. There's a bunch of Indians that were ready to cut your head. I mean, there was a nasty time to be alive.
Oh, absolutely. In the Arizona territory, yeah.
Huh. Get ready. You were in for a fight. You better be armed.
Heavily armed. Yeah, with a muzzleloader pistol that would fire. Hold on, let me reload.
Yeah. Get out your musket.
yeah.
Well, I'm thinking back then they had their 6-shooters and rifles, but
yeah. But still, yeah, you get arrows flung at you, and no, that wouldn't be good. You had to travel mostly at nighttime or the summertime anyway.
Right.
I had a little fire, try to hunt for food. It would have definitely been rough.
I found some interesting things on private property in Lynx Creek that was really no one's been there. And I found like the old fire rings from 100 and probably something 30 years ago. I found them. There wasn't anything there, and the rocks were so deep down that they had sunk into the ground. Barely could make out the ring there. And then I found down below that, I found old claim markers that people were fighting over claims all the way through Rose and on Lynx from 130 years ago. I love that history shit. I was always liking that history part because you got to kind of feel that experience of what those people were doing to make a living then.
Yeah, I think, like most people in Arizona, they can probably get their start on Lynx Creek area because, you can go up there and pan for free. So
Right.
you kind of go up there and get your first taste of gold. Have you ever prospect Gila River?
I want to sit. Let's see. I've done the Verde River. I've done Hacienda. I've done Lynx, done Rose, done Big Bug. I've done Agua Fria. I'm trying to think Gila River though. Is this the Gila River that's out near the what's that mountain range called?
It's got to be north of Phoenix. I think GPA's got a claim up there. Bloody Basin.
Is that where the Gila River? But I thought the Gila River went around by the mountains down by where the UFO shit happened back in '97. The lights in the sky. I thought it was the Gila River. I thought the Gila River tribe. But how come I'm not thinking about? I can't remember.
I don't know. I thought Gila River was all right there.
I don't know. I've actually even panned the Salt River.
Oh, that's what
Salt River has gold, by the way.
Somebody said I prospected in. Let's see, my name in Salt River has gold. Yeah,
it does have gold. Now, the only problem is it's all under Forest Service, or it's under control of the city. But that wouldn't stop me from putting a 2-story house floating mechanical dredge in there and go right up the main of the Salt River.
Yeah, Gila must be in a different place than what I'm thinking about.
There is the Gila River, but it's like I'm only thinking of the Gila River Indian tribe.
Yeah, because it's showing us more down by Saccharin, and I think Saccharin is down towards Tucson area.
Right.
So I guess that's where Gila is. Huh. Okay, I'm thinking about some other river then, north of Phoenix is what I was thinking about. Oh well, I get confused.
That's okay. So do I.
Well, if you like history, you know this place over here, this campground that we have here. There was an old stagecoach out front, or stagecoach out front, and it was probably in the late 1800s. It was right on 60, Highway 60, so that was the main, dirt road or road going into California before the I-10 was built. So there's that, and so I've metal detecting. I found some three-ringer muzzle loaders, which you wouldn't know why they were here. It was first homesteaded 1862. So there's a lot of old tin cans with the solder lids and that all around here. An old ranch house in the late 1800s was here. So there's a lot of this place still to be explored around.
Well, there sure is.
So you think you're going to spend a lot of your days upcoming in Arizona, or do you think that maybe you may travel out of state?
I'm going to travel I'm going to travel around Arizona and out of state. What? Yeah. Oh, Jack, you got to love this guy. Yeah, you're like that. You're persistent. You want to get some answers. You want the answers right now. I'm like, I got viewers. I've got viewers. They need to know where the hell you're going because I got to sell this damn show.
I was just seeing if I could just get you to admit something.
You know what? I'd love to come out and tell you everything, but it's like, then if it doesn't happen, I look all stupid.
Yeah, I understand, man.
Because I mean, you got to remember, there's a lot of working parts. So if we're gonna put together another film and do all this, everything will change overnight. So for me to blab out a bunch of shit, then people start looking it up, and they do too. People fact check me all the time. Like you said, oops, they're writing articles on there.
Yeah.
People write articles. They think they know what your net worth is, and they write stories about you. Not so much now. Now that it's been a year, I did see that they did put some footage of me on Gold Rush 2 weeks ago during the show. But that was
they own you for life.
It's fine. It's what you sign up for. That's the most recent shit I've seen.
Yeah. So let's see. Someone says, learning things all the time. You were talking about doing research before you go out. What is the process for that, the way that you do it?
Okay, so you have two choices. You can go to join a gold club, and they're going to give you the claims, and those claims are going to have gold on them proven already, right? The other way to do it is yourself, where you don't want to pay the $80 a year. You can go on for $4, and there's an app called Gold Finder. This app will show you where all the claims are in the whole damn United States, Canada, and it shows gold nuggets as an aerial map. Anywhere and then the area you're standing next to, and the nearest gold claim, the last time someone claimed gold there. So what I do is I look that, and I go, okay, so if there was someone here digging or making a claim, you don't know. It could be a claim where somebody salted some land to sell it. I mean, you just don't know. But you assume that they were doing the right thing. They filed a claim, and then you go and you look and see if that claim is current, and then you start looking around. I usually know that gold's going to travel to the lowest spot, so you might want to look way down below it, down the river, and then claim up some land if nobody wants it, and do your own thing. That's $4 to get into gold mining, plus a pan, which is $28. So now you're into it for a whopping $32. There you go. And a shovel if you've already got it. So and then you got a tank of gas, and then you got food for the day. Okay, now we're into $150 shit.
I've drove up around Cunningham Pass and played around there in some of the mines and stuff and took some rocks out, but nothing real serious. What was the app again you mentioned?
It's called Gold Finder. And I can
Jason just
send it to you. I can send it to you, Jack, so you can see it. This is what I use all the time. It says Find Gold, actually, is what it says. And I'll give you a picture of what the app looks like, and you can find it. It's $4. It's the best thing I've ever bought. Everyone said I was stupid for buying it, but actually I found a lot of great mines because of it. And let's see here. I'm going to send this to you, Jack.
Okay, you went dark too.
I know. I was pulling this picture up for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm right back here. I didn't go anywhere.
Oh.
Are you starting to miss me?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, good.
You disappear, I get scared.
Oh man,
I'm all alone.
I got an audience here. I'm holding.
An audience?
Well, hey, I'll tell you what, Jack. This is gonna be cool. The shit that I'm working on right now, you're gonna like it. If you like other bullshit, you're gonna like this bullshit. This is good bullshit.
Hey, all right. Well, I like bullshit.
I really do. I got some really cool friends or some new folks I'm working with. They're really good people, man. I like them, and it's a totally different thing. And I'm not saying what I did in the past before was, it was just a different experience at the time. But for what I'm moving into is more fits my personality, and I like to have I'm more of a jokey, fun person. That's just me. That's how I roll. I mean, I like to have a site where everyone's having a good time, and you just, I'm like the good old boy, man. It's like, kind of like, that guy on King of the Hill, man. I go over there, man, crazy stuff.
Yeah. Well,
that's
all these people asking about these gold maps. If for $14.95, send me $14.95, and I'll sell you some maps where you can find some gold at.
But wait, they're all asking on there, but tell them it's called Find Gold. It has a little prospector dude. Now it's a cartoon prospector dude, and it looks kind of like a shady little site, but it's actually USGS of all the mines. So, and it gives you location of where there's gold that was claimed there, and then you just go look near there. You don't have to go on somebody's claim. Don't go on somebody's claim, by the way.
No,
unless you got permission. So then, just go ahead, and just unless you got permission from the landowner, but then just go and find something above there. And if you think you want it, I mean, shit, Arizona's got 10,000 abandoned mining claims.
Oh yeah, is there
10,000? Take your pick in Arizona.
Pretty much now.
And make sure you start digging right around May 15th at the height of noon. That's when you want to be out there. July 15th, right at noon is when you want to start your dig. Make sure your air conditioning is not working in your car.
Well, about the end of May, yeah.
It's no big deal. You'll be fine. Don't bring any extra water either.
No. There was a story that when I first
I'm kidding.
No.
Sorry, Jack.
There was a story when I first kind of started mining. I got involved with the Mesa Gold Diggers. That was a long time ago, but they had some claims up there below or up in Rye area. They had the Oxbow mine and Oxbow Wash right there. So I went up there, and this was in July. So I go up there. I used to live out in Gilbert, and I went up to there, and I'm up there dry washing. It was July. It's 115 degrees, and I'm in this wash, dry washing. I just kept thinking I'm going to die. Nobody knows I'm here. I'm going to die. So I went to the back of the truck, put my tailings in there, got me some ice and water, and trying to cool myself down, put the air conditioner on, and kept thinking, let me just go pan this out real quick and get the hell out of here. I go pan that out. That had so much gold in it. I go back down into that wash again, kept on going. I couldn't leave it. But yeah, in July, no water, no ice, no beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'll kick your ass. I'll tell you what else will kick your ass. I went down to Agua Fria when it was about the month of June, and we started filming down there in the Agua Fria here in Arizona. So we filmed till about 2 o'clock, right? And I had a hotel up by Lake Pleasant. And I came back to that hotel and I didn't even go in the room. I just walked straight into the pool and fell into the pool. I've never been that hot where I thought I was going to die. I thought, my God, dude, it is so hot. It was an easy 120.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it can get brutal here in the summertime.
Oh, yeah.
But that's when the gold is being the best time to go mining.
Oh, yeah.
Before the monsoons come in.
I like the monsoons, man. That's part of the excitement in Arizona.
Man, you're just moving from room to room.
That's what I do, Jack.
Now what are you doing?
I got a kid that's yelling at me, Jack.
I know. We're going to let you go here. You got to go.
No, you're all right. You're all right. We're hanging tough. Unless you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll take whatever last questions anyone's got. Again, there is some really. I'll tell you this. There's some really cool shit I'm working on. It is gold mining related. We'll see how it goes with the TV part. I am not going to be, as of right now, I'm not going to be with Discovery Channel on this venture. So think about all the other networks out there.
Oh, you got Travel Channel.
Well, that's Discovery owns them.
Oh, do they? I didn't know that.
You got all kinds, but there's all kinds of networks out there. You got Paramount to.
Oh, Paramount, yeah.
Well, no, I'm not saying a particular name. I'm saying there's History Channel, there's Roku, there's PBS, there's there's Weather Channel. I mean, there's all these different networks. I was thinking you want to see me at about 3 a.m. on a Monday morning.
On Channel 3.
Yeah, Channel 3, kind of staticky. It's like a really shit show. Terrible editing. Someone did it with an iPhone. You can't hear a word I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's somebody fighting in the background.
Yeah.
Right. Great show, Casey.
Yeah.
Looks like you're on a low budget. What's going on here?
Well,
you must not have done well with this TV thing.
It all starts someplace.
So anything else? Who's your big sponsor on these things now? You got you're with a Garrett. Who are you with there? What products are you endorsing?
Oh, I'm with Garrett. I'm with Fisher. The Mining Journal. They're probably my biggest sponsor people.
Hey, you know your hat you have? You know that hat you have on? They don't make those anymore.
Oh, these?
I bet you. You know what? Check this out. They don't make them anymore. Look what I got.
No, you're good.
I got the same one as you, Jack.
You do.
That's old school right there, huh?
I was going to show you a hat, but I don't see one here. I got my own hats now that say Gold Fever, and underneath here it says Adventures.
Yeah.
Same hat,
That's
only.
Good stuff. Well, Gold Fever was a cool show. I used to love it with Tom Massey.
Yeah.
Massey. What is that? Is that the collection?
One of them.
All Tom Massey?
Yeah.
And his daughter, Tia?
I got 4 of these box sets right here that I was going to give away one day. This is season 2010.
I used to watch all those shows way before. It's like that song they had, Gold, 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 whatever it was. They had some crazy song with it. I remember that.
That song, Gold Fever?
Yeah, it's Go, 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 something like that. I can't even do it anymore.
Does it go like this? How about, let's see.
I don't think it was that one. There it is.
Yeah.
I remember that.
The metal detectors of the old yin yang.
I'd be better if you shot me, 'cause Gold Fever's really got me, and I'm hooked as long as I'm alive.
That's it.
Go, 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 go,
There it
go,
is.
bye, 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 go, 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 go,
That's the part I remember. That's the shit I remember on that. That show would be on like all the time.
Oh yeah.
It was on Outdoor Network.
Yeah, clear back in when I lived out in Gilbert, we had the big ass satellite dish in the backyard, and man, that was awesome. We could pick up all types of stuff. But the guy that wrote that song is Cyril May, and he gave us permission to use that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know about that song. It's been a while.
It has. That's a cool song.
That's been 12, 13 years since I've heard it.
Yeah, that long?
What else you got for me here, Jack?
Let's see. Anybody else got any questions here before we got to let KC go there? He's got steak and filet mignon and crab and caviar on his table there, and his wife's kicking his ass to hurry and if you want to get a copy of that song, Thomas, you got to come out here and I can burn you CDs. He lives in Alaska. Yes, he's in Alaska. He gave everything up and he's in Alaska.
Who is this? What is he saying?
Tom. Tom lives in Alaska.
Oh, yeah. He's got that. Well, don't they still own the LDMA camp over there in Stanton?
Oh, yeah. Well, they still have all their camps. Well, no, Tom doesn't. Tom sold it all off, and he retired.
Well, I bet he did. You want to see a big? You want to see a big house? Go look at his brother Percy.
Oh, up there.
Or Perry. I'm sorry,
Perry. Up at
His house was right above. His house was above mine in Prescott.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know it's a nice one.
Big money from that Outdoor Channel.
Yeah. He's got an elevator in that house.
Oh yeah, it's like a $3 million home or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Those guys raked it in big back in the day.
Oh, they did. They got in it. Yeah.
Anyway,
they got any good. I'll be hitting around March 1st. Okay, I'll be out here, Thomas. I travel to Meadview every time I get a chance, though. Anyways, everybody sounds like they're saying thanks for the show, blah, 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 blah. It's Beer 30 time. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, KC, we'll let you go enjoy your evening. We wish you a lot of luck in your future and keep in touch and let us know what you're up to.
Yeah, maybe next time I bring on some friends with me. I didn't give a lot of notice on this, but I'll bring on some friends with me and they can do the show with. Well, I will.
Yeah.
I'll give you the exclusive. I'll give you the exclusive on that. How about that?
Okay, all right.
Sound good
Sounds
there,
good.
Jack?
Sounds good, bud.
All right, man.
Hey,
I will talk to you soon. You have a good one.
Hey, all right. You take care, man. Say hi to the family.
I will. Thanks, Jack. Hang in there.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. See you,
Bye-bye.
Casey. All right. So anyway, that was pretty cool. I got blurry. Whenever I get too far away or whatever, I get blurry, and then I got to come back up and start over again. I don't know if that's any better. Anyways, all right. So that was our guest, KC. So we're going to go ahead and end this on up there. So remember what's coming up. The marches are up. We're going to have a push up there on the Meadview claim. That'll be the 25th, 26th of March, which is Saturday and Sunday, 2 days up there. I'll post more on the Facebook page if you guys want to know more information about that. You can get a newsletter. If you guys don't get copies of the newsletter, you can get them on the webpage at goldfeverradio.com. Go down there. There's a button you can click on, add in your information, your mailing or your email, and we'll send you out a copy of the newsletter. Anyways, want to thank you guys hanging with us for another evening. I didn't do a video or post any questions on the video, so I'll get to that next week. But anyways, want to thank you guys hanging with us, inviting us into your home. You guys all take care. Have yourselves a fantastic week. Get out there, get you some gold until our paths cross again. Thanks for watching, everyone.